What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? Now I want to come on here real quick and I just want to talk about why not every single day is going to be perfect. Now, if I'm using myself, for example, I'm 18 and you can apply this to yourself, but I'm 18, I'm going on 19 in about 2 months, and I've lived 365 days 18 times. Out of how many years that I've lived, how many days I've lived, weeks, months, and how many minutes and seconds I've lived, do you think that every single second of every single day and every single hour, whatever time span you're talking about, is going to be perfect? No, it's not. There are bound to be certain years, time periods, minutes, seconds, days, weeks, hours of your life that aren't always going to be perfect. Like I said, and I've said this many times, and I will keep saying this as a bar many times, years into the future, there is no such thing as perfection. This idea of perfection, it's like being like Christ, okay? You can be Christ-like, but you will never be Christ. You can have this idea of perfection, but you're always going to fall short of it, because this idea of perfection is something that you maintain in your mind. And when you realize that you can't be perfect, you're going to fall short of all of your expectations. All of the imperfections that plague your reality is what makes you perfect. You being imperfect is all the perfection you will ever need in your life, because what the divine has assigned you to be is perfect, and nothing could go against that. This idea, this scale of duality that we look at good and bad on, that also doesn't exist, because the idea that something is good or bad is something that it's a concept that we maintain in our mind. When we identify with something being bad, our brain, through neuroplasticity, literally molds itself to fit that reality. This is why it's very important to choose what you say and choose the ideas that you maintain, because when you maintain certain ideas, those ideas manifest into your reality. So this concept of, oh, this is good or that's good, or this is bad and that's bad, you're maintaining these ideas through your mind, and it can either be productive or very counterproductive, very counterintuitive. Now, me, for example, right, I wasn't having the greatest day up until about now. Not that today was bad, but I was just very much in my mind maintaining ideas and thought forms that go against my success, right? And I came to the realization, as I already said, that there are 365 days in 1 year. Multiply that number by the amount of years that you live, and do you think that every single day is gonna be perfect? There are gonna be days and there are gonna be times where you don't feel like getting up. There are gonna be times where you don't feel like showing up on time. Society's idea of success is not only very backward, but it's also very, like I said, counterintuitive. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because as a society, we place so much value in the wrong things. We place the amount of success we have in a figure, in a number, okay? Let's just say that, you're an aspiring, music creator, you're an MC coming up, you're on the ground and things like that. Why is society telling you that your success is dictated by how much money you have in your bank account? Why can't success literally just be me waking up today, or me literally just experiencing life? The goal of life is to experience life and not to do anything else. And the reason why we fall short of our expectations is because we're operating within a system. When people talk about escaping the matrix, things of that nature, a matrix is simply just a programming that you've instilled within yourself, hence the book, The Four Agreements. And when we co-sign a specific agreement or programming within our mind, we start to play within that role of that programming. So if you genuinely believe yourself to not be successful because you don't have X amount of dollars in your bank account, your mind is going to do nothing but conform to that belief system. And again, conform to the idea of something being good or something being bad. This is why we can't look at life from such a black and white perspective, because humans are very much beings that have a rainbow-esque, auric field around them. And I'm speaking figuratively, literally too, but I'm speaking figuratively. Humans are not meant to be put into a box of one way of thinking or another way of thinking. Humans are meant to experience everything for what it is. And when we put ourselves in this box or this belief system of being successful, being at the top or being at the bottom, then that literally goes against our natural born God-given success. So in summary, the goal of this life is to not only live life, but to experience life and experience it through a happy perspective. The goal of life is not just to be happy all the time. We are beings that are meant to experience, not get caught up in the experience. And when you allow yourself to be in one emotion all the time, then you're not experiencing all the divinity, all the love, all the light that life is trying to give you. As people, we focus too much on what we don't have as opposed to what we do have, and we strip ourselves from our own blessings. This is why it's very important that you give gratitude to whatever it is you're going through. Adversity builds character, and you have to be grateful for all the adversity that you're going through. And lastly, remember that everything is in divine timing and that everything in this life happens for you, not to you. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done, but when you allow yourself to realize these truths, nothing can stand in your way. But with that being said, I love myself to you. We're going to rock out, have a beautiful, blessed, productive, and successful day. And the goal of life is not just to be infinitely great, it's to be greater than infinity.